Unknown sector, 6,000 light years from Earth. On board the Star Skipper. Ah, sure is nice here, ain't it? This is the life. Yeah, sure. But you're not piloting like me. It's relaxing. Suddenly, an alarm sounds. Pressure in the engine is rising for some reason. I'll go check it out. Monitor the pressure and relay it back to me. I'll be back. Shit, the pressure's skyrocketing.
Warning, oxygen in atmosphere reaching dangerous levels.
I gotta get down there to fix it.
Warning, fuel detected in atmosphere.
Ah!
Critical damage sustained. Deploying automatic life-saving measures.
Ah! Ah! Ugh. Where am I? Who am I? What the hell happened? Well, the star date says apparently I've been out for a couple weeks. My head. Well, I mean, at least I'm alive, and the ship doesn't look too bad. I mean, we lost about half of it, but I guess I'm in the half that survived, so that's a good thing. Well, I guess I'll make a video, I guess, in case anyone sees this, so if I die, they at least knew who I was. Alright, let's just walk over here and, get to making this video. Alright, good thing we got this handy dandy holographic projector in every single room of the ship that survived. Alright, hello everybody. My name is Jonathan, but you can call me Spaceman Jonathan, Spaceman, I don't really care. It's just whatever you want. My age is, well, I'm 27 years old, but I've been out for a few weeks, so I don't really know if my birthday passed, and I haven't really been able to look at a calendar yet. So I might be 28, I might be 27, who knows? But yeah, that's how old I am. You know, I at least remember that my birthday is June 24th, and I'm 170 centimeters or 5'7" for anyone who doesn't use the correct units that we use here in space, of course. My race is human, of course. You know, I just have this spacesuit grafted onto my skin. I remember heat, a lot of heat, and yeah, that's about it. But that's where I am. Let's go to the next room. Let's see what else survived in this ship. Apparently. All right. So a little bit about me. I'm a little in the way. Hold on. There we go. I'll just hide myself under here right now. So I like uh, I like music, of course. I like video games, of course. I like chill animals, you know, ferrets and cats and dogs and capybaras, anything that can chill out. You know, I really like those. And of course, I like space, which is why, of course, I'm a spaceman. You know, in this starship exploring space. You know, having a lot of fun. You know, I like grilling a lot. You know, I like grilling. I like smoking. I like doing a lot of things with various meats. You know, I feel that there's a lot of flavor that can be had there. I really like the flavor that brings. I really dislike loud noises, like balloons popping, fireworks, gunshots, Good thing there's no sound in space, I only got to worry about what's going on in here. I don't got to worry about what's going on in there. But yeah, that's what I dislike. I also like wasps and hornets and anything that stings really. Things really hurt when they sting. So I really hate that. And plus they like fly at you and then they get angry when you like try and get them away and then they just they sting you when you're doing literally nothing to them. It sucks, but I only got to worry about space hornets, and those are only on the planet unless one gets in our ship, and then I will open an airlock and panic. I will depressurize this whole ship to kill one hornet. I do not care. That is how much I hate wasps and hornets. I also dislike humidity. I like a nice summer day like everybody else does. I like picnics. I like going to the pool. But when it's just humid, you get all sweaty, and then your thighs rub together because you're too thick, and it hurts, and then you gotta put cream on them. And then you get swamp ass too. If you're too sweaty, it's just terrible. And then the sweat, your shirt sticks to your skin, and then eventually the shirt gets cold because it just soaked up all that water from your body, and it's just terrible. I hate humidity. I also, even though they're good for most planets, I hate spiders, man. I don't care what anyone says, man. They're creepy and they're scary, and maybe they should have evolved to not look like that if they didn't want to get smashed by me. All right, let's just move me over here so I'm not blocking the new stuff. So my hobbies include I like playing guitar, I like cooking, and I like streaming. Before I was on the Starship, I used to stream a lot, and I'm hoping to start streaming again. And start making a lot of content and entertaining people. That's what I really, really like to do, and that's really what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, next room. Oh, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Okay. It's just some more in-depth likes of mine. I really like Half-Life as a series. I love Half-Life a lot. It's one of my favorite games of all time, to the point where like I've entered mapping competitions for it. I've mapped. I have done tutorials on how to use the editor and like do very specific things. I really like Half-Life. It's genuinely one of the games that I have spent a long time playing, even though technically I haven't spent a long time. In the grand scheme of the universe, I haven't really spent that much long playing it, but I used to play competitive Half-Life in the deathmatch area, and I used to go to like custom tournaments and stuff. So that's how much I love Half-Life, and then eventually I kind of just fell out of it, but my love for that game and the gold source and source engine really does not wane on me. It's just something that I like to go back to every once in a while, replay the whole game over and over again, and just enjoy it. I really, really like the old Grand Theft Autos and the old Saints Row games. Like I'm talking like GTA 1 through like all the way up to like what was it, like Liberty City Stories, I think was the one before 4, or maybe that was San Andreas. But I really like those games. I really like how they play. I really like the stories that they incorporate, and the every area that you went to, for the most part, was new. It wasn't like, oh, we're going back to this area, we're going back to that area. It was always just a new area, and I really like the characters. I really like the music. I really like the gameplay. I just like everything about the older Grand Theft Auto games that I just don't feel like the new ones have necessarily been able to capture. And I also, I really like the old Saints Row. I like Saints Row 1, I like Saints Row 2, and I'll be honest, I didn't care for Saints Row 3. I like Saints Row 4, but that's only because of the callbacks to the older Saints Row games that I really enjoyed playing. I really enjoyed the callbacks to Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2 that Saints Row 4 did. I just did not care for Saints Row 3 or the new city or what it was trying to do. But Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2 genuinely hold a very special place in my heart just because Saints Row 1 was Saints Row 2 was the first ever PC game that I ever got and put on my Steam account. So that's fun, and it's also how I made my first Steam friend. So it's also got a lot of backstory there, and I just like replaying Saints Row, the older Saints Rows, because I like how much more grounded it is, and how much more like the missions, it's got wackiness, but they don't bleed into the missions necessarily. It's more grounded than it is in like Saints Row 2 or Saints Row 3 or Saints Row 4. I also really love the Metal Gear series, and I'm hoping that eventually I can play the older Metal Gear games on stream because even though I love the series, I have never actually played a game outside of five. So I really want to play uh, the older Metal Gears, 1 through 3, maybe Metal Gear Solid 4, Peace Walker, all those, just the Metal Gear games that I haven't experienced. Because even though I know all about the series, I don't. I haven't really played it for myself. I haven't experienced it for myself, and I really want to play it for myself and experience it. And that's just something that I'll have to do on stream eventually. I really like block games. I like voxel-based games like Minecraft. I used to love this game called Ace of Spades, which is like World War One game with voxels. You got to dig trenches, you got to build bunkers. It was really fun before it got bought out and made into a really bad game. I also enjoy playing Terraria and modded Terraria a lot, so I might do that for a stream. I've been meaning to download a whole bunch of full conversion mods and just smash them together and just play it for really a large amount of chaos. So I've just been meaning to do that. And of course, I really like Minecraft, but I'm a boomer. I preferred older Minecraft to newer Minecraft. I just felt like the world gen was better, the mods made for it was better. Everything felt more alive in older Minecraft, and newer Minecraft is just like you'll wait 2 years to get bees, or you'll wait a couple of years you get the cave update, and then you have to wait like 4 more years to get another meaningful update. And I just don't really like that about new Minecraft compared to old Minecraft, where everything was like more, came out faster. It felt like, and like had more meaning behind everything being made. And then finally, I really like FPS games. If the Half-Life didn't give it away, I really enjoy playing FPS games. I really enjoy getting better at FPS games. I love, Team Fortress 2. I love Titanfall 2. That's another game that I used to play really big competitively before it just died off the face of the earth. I love the older, well, not the older, but I guess like the mid-range battlefields, like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1. And we don't talk about 2042 because that game does not exist at all in my mind. I despise that game. But I really enjoy just generally playing FPS games, and I find that they're like the one game that I can actively like strive to get better at, and I really like getting better at these types of games. So that's one thing that I like to improve on, especially with FPS games. All right, next up is music. So I'm a big like music guy. I like mostly all kinds of music, but I especially like stuff like I like metal bands I can name off the top of my head. I like Five Finger Death Punch. I like Bullet for My Valentine. I like Killswitch Engage. I'm mostly like a thrash metal metalcore kind of guy, but I can get really big into basically all types of metal as long as it has a cool punchy riff, it has great lyrics, it has everything that I like about it. I can get into basically any kind of metal. I like Bring Me the Horizon. Like all their new stuff they're doing is really great. That's just all the kind of metal stuff that I like. I mean, I could name like all the other metal bands I listen to, like Escape the Fate or a couple others, but I'm not gonna get big into that. But next up, I really like hardcore punk music. I love, even though they're technically not hardcore punk, they're more just regular punk. I love Green Day. I like Offspring. I like Sum 41. I like all the stuff. I like Social Distortion. I like all the stuff that is called punk and or hardcore punk. I like, the closer that it is to metal, I find, is the more that I like it in regards to punk. I'm not really. I like the skater vibe. I love Set It Off. Set It Off's a great band. But, for me, I need more, like, if it's got a punchy riff to it, like Sum 41 has, I'm all for it, dude. I'm all down to listen to every single album. Um, I really like, I put 80s music here, but I mean, like, older music, like Motley Crue, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, just, the music basically before the 90s, I guess, is where I would put that. I really like, yeah, I mean, anything made in the 80s. Maniac's a good song. You got friggin' what else? Maneater's a good song. Uh, I'm struggling to think of songs, but like half my playlist is 80 music just because I'm on the spot here, man. But yeah, that's really what I like. I like that kind of music. I also like hard rock. I'm a very big hard rock kind of guy. I like. Let me think. There's a couple like indie bands, or no, not indie, but like lesser known bands like Hollow Point Heroes or Outrun the Fall. I really like them just because I really like what they do with the rock music. It's not exactly metal, but it's not exactly like regular rock music. It's a lot, it's got a lot more punchy riffs. It's got a lot, it's a lot darker. It's a lot more deeper tuning, and I really like that as what what I like to listen to, what I like to blast out my car really obnoxiously at max volume in the summertime. That's the only reason I like summer, baby, is just to do that, because that's really fun. All right, let me just move over here really quick. All right, next, media that I like. I like comics. I like reading comics. I haven't really read many comics recently, but I like to pick up scans. I like to buy stuff off the internet and just kind of read from there and like see what is happening. Any big events that are happening or what is happening with the heroes that I like. Like Spider-Man, Batman, all that kind of stuff. I think the last series that I read that was recent, like front to back, was probably Injustice. It was either Injustice or it was Renew Your Vows, or it might have been Batman Dark, the one with the Batman who laughs, because I really like the whole darker aspect of stuff before it gets really stupid. Because there's like fun edgy, and then there's just like edgy for the sake of being like edgy. And I'm a big fan of like fun edgy in comics. I'm a big fan of what if Batman became the Joker and all that. But I'm not really a fan of like where it goes after that necessarily, where it's like, oh, he's gonna come into the multiverse and kill everyone we know. Like that gets really dumb, because at that point it's like, well, we all know the heroes are gonna win. Like, you're just making this guy super OP for no reason, and then it just feels like, now he's super OP and there's nothing that can really be done about it. But you're gonna somehow make the heroes win out their ass anyways, and I just don't like that when it gets too edgy. Um, I feel like anime a lot. Uh, the last, I have really normie taste. I really like shonen. I'm a very big nerd when it comes to Shonen Jump animes. I think the last anime that I watched all the way through was Fire Force, and right now I'm waiting on Mob Psycho 100 season 2 to drop, which I'm pretty sure is gonna drop soon. And of course, One Punch Man season 3. I watched Seven Deadly Sins up to season 3, and I just kind of got bored of it. But I've been meaning to get back into it just because I see like they have two more seasons, and I really want to get back to where I was again with that series. I have some favorite series. I love Trigun. I think Trigun is like one of the best anime mangas ever made. I really like Gurren Lagann. I love Kill la Kill. Most of the stuff made by Trigger. I love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I'll tell you right now, man, I don't really like the Nina scene. Everyone's crying over Nina, but there's nothing that has almost brought me to tears more than the very end of Full Metal Alchemist when like Hohenheim dies. That actually hurt my heart and almost got me to cry. And I was like, damn, dude, that's crazy. But hey, that's just what I like for anime. My taste is very basic and normie. Sometimes it gets like, very different. You know, I also like Berserk. I loved Devilman, and I love Devilman Crybaby because you know that's just like I said, that's just fun, edgy. That's not like you know edgy. You know, where it's like it circles back around to being really cringy. Uh, I really like movies. Uh, Basically anything made by Quentin Tarantino. You know, some Marvel movies I like, but not a whole lot of Marvel movies. I'm a superhero guy, but I'm not like a big superhero guy, if that makes sense. You know, I feel like in the recent years, since like Infinity War happened and all that, I've stopped like really caring about superhero movies. Like I'll care about them, but it's also like I don't care about them because I feel like they kind of Marvel kind of blew their load when they did Infinity War really early, and now they're just trying to continue it for like profit, and it feels every movie after feels really stilted. You know, it feels like they're trying to build up to the next event, but it feels like it's just completely lost the soul that it had before, which feels like terrible. But some movies are fun. Like I really liked Far From Home. I liked the Batman. I kind of liked Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was fun, but it was also like really stupid at the same time. But that's what I really like in movies. Is just and any movie that comes out is good. I'll watch it. I'm not really a big movie buff, but I am like a guy who does like going to the movies because I like the popcorn. I like putting a lot of salt on my popcorn to the point where it's like an anaerobic environment and nothing can survive, not even the tiniest extremist microbe. That's how much salt I like on my popcorn. And people think I'm joking, but then they taste the popcorn and they immediately shrivel up like grapes or raisins. Yeah, like raisins. And I'm like, well, I told you. Shows. I mostly haven't been watching a lot of shows, but I do like to watch some shows, like Better Call Saul. I've been watching. I didn't care for Breaking Bad, but I really like Better Call Saul. Sometimes I'll, dabble into the, cartoons like Steven Universe, Adventure Time, stuff like that. But recently, hasn't been a lot of good shows. I mean, I've been watching The Boys. The Boys is good. I watched Invincible, and that's another good one, But it's really just whatever comes out and is good. I'll partake and watch it, and that's really just what I like to do for my shows. All right, time to go to the next room because I think we're done here. Yeah, discussed everything. Okay, let's see. Next room. Yes. So this is a quick one. Okay, so I want to do like hashtags for Twitter and all that stuff. Because I think that would be fun. I think that'd be great to do. I think that's engagement, but I have yet to actually make hashtags because I don't know what they want to be and I don't know what I want to name them. And then streaming schedule. So in the past I've tried to stream and I've kind of struggled with keeping a good schedule because I felt like I always had to upkeep that schedule no matter what, and it really just led to me not streaming when I should because I treated it more as like a job than like a hobby, which was kind of a big mistake to do at the time. So my schedule is basically whenever I feel like it. I'll try to stream, almost every day ish for at least 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how long it is. Because my Metal Gear Solid 5 stream was a bit short just because I didn't think beating the final boss and all the cutscenes were gonna be that short, and then I really had nothing to do after. So, that was like the only like sub 2 hour stream in recent memory. But mostly it's gonna be in the late afternoon or night most days. Like three, maybe like early to late afternoon. I should have said or nighttime because I usually stream basically when I get home from the gym around like 1 is when I want to stream, but sometimes I put things off and I don't really keep up with the Joneses as they say. So that's most of the time it's gonna be around 7 p.m. EST, but it's basically just whenever I feel like it. It could be earlier, it could be later. It's just whenever I want to stream. So that's just because, like I said, I don't want to get burnt out with this. Just because now it's like, especially with VTubing and the stuff that I like, I feel like I have more passion and more will to, keep doing this just as a hobby. And if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. But if not, that's also fine too. That's just what I have in my mind, so I don't like get burnt out with this whole stuff. All right, let's go to the next room. All right. Oh, I gotta move. I'm blocking. Okay, down here is fine. Okay, so here's my goals for streaming. Most of these are just short term goals that I really want to do. So one of my goals is just to get 10 viewers. You know, if I can get 10 consistent viewers, that's 10 people in this world who found me somehow and who want to actively watch me ramble or play, Team Fortress 2 or American Truck Sim or whatever other game that I want to play. And that actually, even if they never chat, even if it's just 10 people who have me on mute, that's a lot of, just stuff that I want. That already puts me ahead of like 27, not even like 90%, 95% of, people on Twitch. And that, that's pretty good. That's not that bad, in the grand scheme of things. So that's just what I want. It's a very simple goal. Just get, 10 viewers. Even if we don't get that, I'll still continue streaming. I'll still work out because everything's hard work. Everything leads up to the goals that you want, and you should always, try your hardest to get what you want. My next goal is just simply don't get burnt out. That's what I talked about in the engine room, and now we're in the view room. But that's, that was the thing for me last time, is I got really burnt out just because I put schedules that I couldn't make or that like I didn't want to make. So now, I'm just gonna play what I want. If I get addicted to a game, I get addicted to a game, and if I don't want to play it one day, I don't want to play it one day. And I think that works out best for me. Is don't try to rush and beat a game in one sitting. Get addicted to a game and just play the game until you don't get addicted. And that's really why I like sandboxy kind of games like Terraria, American Truck Sim. MGS5 a little bit, but not really, just because there's no story, so you don't really feel obligated to beat the game. So it's like you can stop whenever you get bored, and that's kind of great. And then under here, if I'll just duck down a little bit, is stream consistently and make content. So that plays into don't get burnt out. That's just like I said, that's streaming consistently. That's not getting burnt out. That's making content, and I do make content. If you look below in the description, I do have a YouTube channel and my Twitter. Also, I think it links to my stream, but after this stream, I'm gonna make it link to my Twitter because I'm gonna do a whole rebrand of get a new avatar on there, on my Twitter, on my YouTube, and on my Twitch, and just see about getting a new banner for both, and then do a rebrand because before I didn't have an active model, and now I do, so I can I can totally brag about it and have fun. And like I said, I do make content. I mostly make like TF2 and like source engine stuff, helping people make maps and all that. And I feel like that's just, the niche that I apply to. And, I think applying the niche is a great way to capture an audience, even though it's, not a whole lot of people might want to watch you in the long run. It's not about people, it's not about big numbers, because if you get 1,000 viewers one day and you're back to 2 the next, that's not really good. You should always strive to get consistent, consistent numbers, consistent amount of people who want to watch you, because those are the people who in the future might support you on literally every other endeavor, and that's great. And that's really just what I want to aim for, is just people who, watch me and exist, I guess, or like people who want to watch me consistently, and that's great. So yeah, all right, let's go to the next room. All right, so here's all my socials that I got so far. I got a Twitter, twitter.com/SpaceManJohnathan. Feel free to follow me there. We just hit 30 followers, so I got to make a tweet on that. That makes me feel really great. I really like that. YouTube is once again SpaceMan Jonathan. You can find me on there. I just, it's also linked in the description of my Twitch. It's not really like a big thing, but it's getting there. We got 10 subs. That's pretty good. And then Twitch, SpaceMan Jonathan, the thing that you're watching me here, because I'm gonna re-upload this video to my YouTube just so people can re-watch it if they want to, or first-time viewers can watch it and figure out where to follow me. So credits go to my artist for the model, Keshu Notori. They were great to work with. They were a fast artist. They were cheap. They got me basically exactly what I wanted, and it was great. I really appreciate them, and I really appreciate, their pricing on the art, because it wasn't like $600 or something outrageous. It was very affordable. It's very good quality for what I got, and I really appreciate them for, how short noticey they did it, because, they're the reason that I can debut and do this today, so I'm really thankful for them. The rigging on the model, the mouth movements and the eye movements and every other movement was done by me. The intro video that played earlier, the really corny one, was also done by me. And all these PowerPoints and everything else was done by me. The intro music was done by Dova Syndrome. I really appreciate them and their free use music library that they got, because it really helped a lot. All right, let's go into one final thing, and then probably stop talking forever. No, I'm kidding. Then we'll just probably stop streaming, because I'm having a fun. This is a really fun debut, even though I'm nervous as hell. But probably tomorrow we'll get back into the swing of things, and then I'll actually be a VTuber, and that's kind of crazy to me. So yeah. So we got one final thing, and it is to show off the model. So let me just readjust here. Let me just zoom. Well, okay. So first thing I want to show is just basic movements. We got. Let me just make myself bigger here. We got, mouth movements, eye movements, and, we can lean left, we can lean right, we can do, like, up, down, like, a little bit of a nod, a little bit of a shaking head sort of thing. That's all done by me. Like I said, I really appreciate the artist, because, I really like the art here. But let's zoom out and show you guys the full body. So, let's see. Let me just make this bigger on Twitch. And then I guess center it and zoom in a bit so you guys can see it properly. Right there. Okay. So this is the full model. I only really rigged the top because I'm not good at rigging stuff. I'm really not. We got left, we got right. That's about it for the leaning, other than the face, because I felt like the face was more important. And you can see my wonderful spacesuit that is currently grafted onto my skin. I cannot get it off, but I'm dealing with these wounds that are on my body right now. Mostly burns, third degree burns, but they'll heal eventually. I feel confident that they'll heal, because at least I'm still human, so that's good. I just can never get the spacesuit off, but that's fine. It's got ports for a reason, so I can just feed myself. I can open up my space helmet and feed myself. I can go to the bathroom in the spacesuit and change out the filters and all that. The septic tank that's in the back, as gross as it sounds. But yeah, that's my model. Again, I'm really appreciative of the artist, and just let's zoom in, and I'll just show you guys the more full body section. So here, obviously there's the head. This is the rigging that I did for myself. I got flashlights on the side of my helmet and some glare that's really cool. If we scroll down, I got EVA stuff. I got my nice spacesuit, my nice belt. You can see the nasty wound on my arm, charred skin, but that's fine. That'll heal. And then, I got some charred, some burns on my legs. There's my hands. Can't really use my hands yet, but I would like to be able to eventually. And then, scroll more down. There's my feet. For everyone who likes feet, there they are, And there's another chunk of my burnt leg. But yeah, that's really it. And eventually, I want to be able to actually hire a rigger who can put this together more and give more animations and more details to what I can do, mostly because I really want to just continue getting better with this model. Maybe in the future make a new model, but that's for future me to worry about, not this me. Right now, I'm mostly just happy with how it looks, how it rigs, and just the ability to be able to do this. So let me just zoom in really quick. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. I just shrink myself down a bit, move myself right there. I feel like that's pretty good. But yeah, that's what I got so far, and that's what I got for all you people. So, I really appreciate everyone who came out and watched me. I really appreciate everyone who stuck around. I really appreciate some of the new followers that I got. And I hope that I can continue to improve and continue to entertain and continue to grow an audience. And that's really just where I am right now. I'm trying to think if there's any like last minute things that I need to talk about here or anything, and I don't think there is. So I will say tomorrow we're probably gonna either play TF2 or Roller Coaster Tycoon. I haven't decided what we're gonna do tomorrow, but we're gonna do something. Oh, lead off the screen a bit. Tomorrow we're gonna do something entertaining. Oh, why am I leaning out the screen now? So yeah, that's just what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something. Don't know what, but like I said, I appreciate everyone coming out here today. I appreciate everyone on Twitter. I appreciate everyone on YouTube, and thank you very much for watching me. And hopefully y'all stick around. And if not, that's fine too. I just really appreciate the ability to do something that I'm passionate about and something that I really want to do. All right. Thank you very much. Bye.